my Rotary Club, and one guy kind of leans in and goes, geez, Beckett, the camera really adds 10 pounds. And I was like, yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
he and I are no longer friends.
That's funny.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good. I've had some internet connectivity problems, so I hope they're not going to be an issue today, and I'm not glitching out. I'm going to try to live stream this on Facebook as well.
Okay.
Alrighty.
We're eager to learn.
Good. Good. I think you guys will enjoy this one. I know it's something that I have fun with. It's kind of a nice outlet for, your creativity. So you got to be careful though, because I'm not going to lie, you can go down a rabbit hole. I've spent hours and hours and hours just editing, a 1-minute video. So it can get kind of ridiculous. But you guys don't have to get that in depth. I'll show you how to do it pretty quickly and easily. So I think we're streaming live on Facebook. I hope that that's working.
Looks like it.
Yeah, it says it is.
Perfect. Okay, so 10 o'clock, I guess we can go ahead and get started. I am going to share my screen with you guys and then I'm going to try to hide my video feed so that you don't see me. I think it might just be a little bit distracting. So can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Perfect. I don't know if this is just hiding my video or if it's hiding all of it, but as long as you guys can see my screen.
I can see your screen. I've still got me and Michelle and Dawn over on the far right, but it's not really covering much of the screen at all.
Okay, and you can actually minimize that. So if you hover over it, there's a couple different view options. Just select the one that looks like a little line, and that'll hide it for you.
Oh, bingo. Thank you.
It looks like a little what?
Makes the picture smaller.
Show small.
Okay, so everywhere we look right now, we're being told, cut costs, cut costs, cut costs. I know, Ryan, you mentioned that you had someone doing some, I think it was promo videos or house walkthrough videos for you.
Yep.
They can be really expensive. I think that a lot of people get a little intimidated when it comes to creating something like this. They either feel like, oh, I'm not creative enough, or that's going to take up way too much of my time. And I understand where that concern would definitely come from, but I assure you that you all can do professional quality videos on like zero budget. As long as you have the media, the pictures of the houses, things like that, you can do really simple kind of virtual walkthroughs for people. So I'm going to go through, before I show you the program, I'm going to kind of do a little PowerPoint and walk you through some of the major points, how to get to it, all that stuff. So if you go into on your browser, your laptop, most computers come preloaded with this software. Just search for video editor, type that into your search bar, and it will pop right up. I have it pinned to my taskbar, so it's really easy to access, but you can always use the search bar option. I'm sure some of you can actually go look for it right now and kind of follow along if you want to. Sorry about that. I don't know if you heard that.
Is it a sign call?
I forgot to tell Lori to grab the phone, so that's my fault. So before you start creating a video, you really need to think about a couple things. You need to have a goal. What are you trying to do with this video? Are you creating brand recognition? Are you trying to drive people to an open house? Are you trying to get customers to stay on your page a little bit longer on your website? You need to have a goal in mind. I think right now it's probably going to be geared more towards virtual open houses and that type of thing, kind of showcasing your property, like promo videos. You need to figure out, once you have your goal in mind, you need to figure out, well, who are you talking to? What is your audience? What problem do they have, sorry guys, that you can solve for them? You want to add value. That's really important here. And you have to keep it simple. I mean, honestly, as you're scrolling through Facebook or your social media, who watches, a 5-minute video? Nobody does that. We go to YouTube for that. So for this type of thing, I would keep it honestly 30 seconds to a minute. Videos less than a minute and a half tend to have an average retention rate of 59%. I actually did a little bit of research on that yesterday. So keep it short, keep it simple, and keep it to the point. And then you need to have a call to action. So how are you going to solve their problem for them? Is it, hey, come to my open house, or head over to our website for more information and a mortgage calculator, or, how famous YouTube channel, it's always like and subscribe to our page. Whatever your call to action is, you need to make sure that that's kind of what you're ending your video with. So just a couple things to keep in mind before you even dig into creating your first video for social media. So this is a screenshot of the video editing software. And this is actually one of the promo videos that I put together for the class for you guys. So you can kind of take a look at what it looks like. I just want to point out some of the major functions here. Up here on the left-hand side, this is our project library. This is where you're going to drop all of the pictures of your houses. Any media that you're going to use to create your video is going to go here. This is kind of just your media library, basically, project library. Down here at the bottom is what we call a storyboard. So you're dragging and dropping things from your library onto the storyboard. And the storyboard is where you'll actually edit everything. So you'll notice over here, we have a toolkit, or I'm sorry, a toolbar. And we're going to dig into this a little bit more. But this is where you're doing the bulk of the work, right here on this toolbar. There's also up at the top right-hand side, another toolbar, and this lets you do some other stuff like undo, redo. This is where you add your background music or any custom audio that you want to add, like voiceover if you're doing a walkthrough, something like that. And also where you finish the video and download it. The 3 little dots, I should actually back up and show you guys this. The 3 little dots right here, that's where you're going to find templates. And it creates a whole theme with music and everything. So if you're really in a pinch for time, you don't want to spend a lot of effort, putting effort into this, I would recommend just throwing your pictures in there, using a template, and then just, make some little tweaks, like add your text and stuff like that later. So that's kind of a rundown of the basics within the video editor. It's very simplistic software. I'm going to go back to the storyboard and this toolbar right here, because again, this is where you're doing the bulk of the work. So there's a couple different things here. A title card is a really easy way for you to splash your contact information out there. I'm going to show you guys a fancier way to give it like a more polished look. But if you don't want to spend a lot of time on it, this is an easy way to kind of, your call to action, basically. It's an easy way to end your video and kind of tie everything out. I don't use them a lot because they're, again, really simplistic, but I think that a lot of you might find it pretty handy. The duration button, that's just the length of time that the media you have selected will be displayed. So that particular picture or that particular video clip, this is going to tell you how long that's actually playing for within the entire video itself. And the text button is where you can add text or edit text to the selected media, to that particular photo or that particular video clip that you're working on. Motion is how you create those realistic walkthroughs from still photos. It's not going to be super realistic, but it does give it more of a video feel. So it's going to feel a little more interactive. I think that that's one that's really important for you guys to use, especially if you're just pulling photos off of Flex for your walkthrough videos. 3D effects is some pre-made graphics that you can use to customize your videos. They're kind of cheesy. I don't really see this being something that you guys are going to use a lot. They might be fun for like some goofy promo videos or something like that if you want to use them. But filters can add just a little pizzazz, kind of make the colors pop a little bit more. They're not going to, you know, they're not like Instagram filters. There aren't 100 to choose from. It's pretty simple. You might, you know, if the pictures just are kind of dark or not that high quality, you can kind of play with the filters a little bit and see if you can improve on that. Over here we have the full screen. You can just toggle back and forth between full screen for editing purposes, and then rotate. So this will rotate any photo. You don't need to go edit your photos if some of them are upside down or sideways. You can do that right here within the program. This is to delete anything, and then these 3 dots will delete everything that you have selected on your storyboard. Neither of these are going to delete it from your library. It's only going to delete it from the video that you're working on the storyboard at that time. So I hope that kind of made sense. Probably not a ton, but I'm actually going to walk you guys through creating a video in real time. So you're going to see how quick, how easy this really is. Any questions so far?
Yes.
Brittany, can you hear me?
Yep.
I was just wondering, when you were showing the storyboard and the video that you had put together, do we have like a library of stock images, or are we only able to create something off of like pictures that we've taken?
We don't have stock images, but one thing, what I usually do is I actually go to Flex MLS and I download the pictures, the photos from here, and I use these. These are actually the ones we're going to work with today. Honestly, I'm not even quite sure. I think this might be Liberty's listing in Sela.
Yeah.
So we're going to create a fake video for her today. But I use these, and then I also use a website called Pexels. And this is a free, and I'll give you guys the link to it. I'll share the PowerPoint with you guys as well, and include these links. But this is a great resource for stock videos, stock photos. There's some really cool drone footage of just, you know, random neighborhoods that you can use. This has been my most used resource, honestly, that and Flex MLS.
Okay.
So, okay. So this is, okay, you know what? Before we get into Video Editor, I'm going to backtrack. And the first thing you're going to want to do is gather all of your media. So you're going to want to go to Flex MLS, you know, go to the property, pick out the photos that you really think highlight the home. You don't really want to do all, if there's like 40 photos, you're not going to want to upload all 40. I would say the most I think I've done is around 35. I don't think that there's a limit on how many you can put in there. So if you're making, you know, a 10-minute walkthrough video, sure, have at it, throw all 40 photos in there. But for a shorter, like an open house video or something, I would pick probably maybe 10 photos that really highlight the property and just go with those. So what I did for this particular property, and the way that I keep myself organized is as I'm downloading these, I actually put them in a file on my desktop. I called this one media. So I think I have about 15 photos. This is a video that I grabbed off of that Pexels website. It's just drone footage of a neighborhood that looks like it could honestly be Yakima, so I'm gonna use that. And then this is I call it a calling card page. And this is what I use in place of that, oh gosh, what did they call it? Let me see. They called it the title card right here. So this is what I use in place of the title card, and it just gives your video a more polished look, makes it a little more professional looking. You know, your headshot, your little quote, tagline, whatever you want to put there, phone number, contact information. And this is what I use at the end of the video to kind of tie it out. If you don't have something like this, I actually made this in PowerPoint and then saved it as a JPEG file. So as a picture file, and then just saved it to my desktop. So it's really easy to make professional looking stuff like this in PowerPoint, believe it or not. So if you have questions or want me to go into that a little bit further, I can. But
that's the kind of stuff I've been trying to create in designs, and I can't for the life of me figure out how to make something that's not already a template.
Yep, I have the same problem with designs, honestly. Most of it is all a template. What I've had the most success with is looking up like free templates for PowerPoint or Google Slides. And I'll actually include a link for that for you guys as well, because there's a website that has a ton of them. And that's actually where I got the slides for this PowerPoint. And a lot of them are actually, they look like they could be from Keller Williams. So it's really easy to customize them to what you guys want to use them for. So I'll send you that link as well. And I think that, honestly, I think that PowerPoint and Google Slides is easier to work in than like Microsoft Publisher. So if you're not super tech savvy and you haven't played around with those programs much, definitely give this a shot, because you can save any PowerPoint as a PDF file. So if you're creating like a presentation for a client, you could create it in PowerPoint. You can use it as a PDF. You can also do a screen record and create a video straight out of your PowerPoint or pictures. So if you want to save them as picture files like this calling card, you can do that as well. So, okay. We've got all our media gathered. We've got our calling card page created. I jumped on the Pexels website and found some drone footage that looks like it could pass for this neighborhood. So we're going to get into our video editor. Again, type in video editor in your search bar, or you can pin it right down here. You can see I have it pinned to my toolbar. So in video editor, and I use it quite frequently, so mine's a little messy, but you're just going to click on this red box up here, and it's going to open a brand new space for workspace for you. So we'll call this test video. You can name it whatever you want. I would recommend probably naming it using like the address or something like that of the property. In the project library, you're just going to go add, and then from this PC, and we're going to find the file that I had created and stored all my stuff in. So I'm going to select all these photos, videos, everything from straight into my library. Okay, so to get these onto your storyboard, you're going to just drag them down here. You can drag them one at a time. You can click this box, select everything, or whatever you want, and drag it down there. I'm going to do it one at a time because we want to start with the front of the house. We're going to create something that makes you feel like you're actually walking through the home. So I think kind of an intro to the video might look nice as this. It's the drone footage, so you can kind of see over here the preview, and we can cut this down. The video clip that I downloaded, you can see here, is 28 seconds and 28.43 seconds long. We can actually clip this down here with this trim option. We can split it So if you want to cut it in half and use like half of the video at the start of your commercial and the other half at the end, you can do that. We're going to trim it down to probably, I don't know, the intro clip, maybe like 5 seconds. And we'll add some splashy text on top of it. There we go. Close enough. Okay. So now if you look down here in the left-hand corner, this is, oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, this is actually how long, it shows you how long the clip is. So we've got the aerial footage. The next thing we probably want is some curb shots of the house. And see, they automatically throw the pictures in here for 3 seconds a piece. You can rearrange them however you want. So let's see, I'm looking for like maybe a living room shot. This is a good one. Kitchen. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, so you'll drag them in here in whatever order really that you want. Bathroom, make sure you include all the must-haves, obviously. That's a good one. So then I thought there was one. Oh, here we go. Nice one of a view of the backyard. Okay, so we've got our photos in there. And then of course we want to end it with our calling card, right? Our call to action. Call us to check out this property. Okay, so I'm going to show you just dragging those in there. This is what we've created. We've got a 38-second video, and it's pretty basic, but you know, it's a start. If this is really all you needed, then here you go. You can put your information on the property in the Facebook post itself and just include this video. But you know, it's pretty boring. It doesn't really make you feel like you're walking through the house. It feels like you're just flipping through some pictures, and there's a fancy drone footage at the front. So we're gonna fancy it up a little bit. The first thing I recommend is adding text, obviously. So click on the clip that you're wanting to add the text to. You can only add, this is again a very simple program, you can only add one set of text per clip. So this first one, we're just going to go to the text button in your toolbar, and then up here you'll type, let's see, I don't know what we're going to say here.
Sheila. Huh?
There we go. So still looks pretty basic, right? You can flip through these. Some of them are a little funky. Some of them are, you know, pretty nice. I think this is the one I use quite a bit. But if you switch down here on layout, so in the bottom right-hand corner, there's different layouts for each of these fonts. So, and the layouts are always a little bit different. I'm not sure what's going to look best with our drone footage. We'll go with this one. Down here, this will actually allow you to place the text over the entire video clip. So drag it all the way across for the entire 5 seconds. Or if we only want to display it for, say, like the first half, just drag it to the middle and it'll disappear halfway through the shot. I'm going to have it display for the entire thing.
Can you tell me if you can make the words like slide across the screen?
I believe you can. Let's see. You know what? No, but it does have this, you can preview it, and it has this kind of, each one is different, how it appears or disappears.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of mess with it and pick, I think this one might slide in from the side.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot of different ones. Just mess around with it a little bit. Sometimes Oh, and here's another kind of pain in the butt thing. It's only white text. So sometimes if you have a really light colored background, it can be a little difficult to see. So you're gonna have to mess around with the different fonts and stuff in there. But so add your text. What the next thing that I would do would be to add motion to your pictures, because when we previewed it, it looked like a really boring slideshow, right? So think about when you're adding motion to these, you wanna add the motion as if, or I should say in the direction that you would be walking or turning as you're doing the walkthrough. So this one, you wanna make it look like you're kind of like walking up to the house, right? And the front door is a little bit over to the left. So my best guess would be zoom in to the left. So we're gonna select that one, click play so that you can kind of preview it. Looks pretty good, perfect. And honestly, you guys, you don't have to get super fancy with this. I would kind of, there we go. We'll see the zoom in. Nope, not zoom out. There we go. I would mix it up, use some different angles, use some different zoom options. I really like the pan left and pan right for these, especially on the interior shots. And I'll show you that on, well, I'm gonna stay in order so that I don't forget which ones I have motion on. So this one, we have it zoom into the center. This one will actually have it pan over. So we're gonna pan right because that's right, that's the direction you would be turning. And then in the next one, we can zoom in. So, oh, another thing, you can drag and drop these, you know, as you're editing. So if you want to rearrange the order of stuff, super easy. I would add motion to every single picture, regardless of if it's just an empty bedroom, because this is gonna make it feel a little more engaging. This one's pretty small, so maybe a zoom out might be a good option for it. Make it feel a little bigger. There we go. So you can see this goes pretty quickly. Zoom down maybe. This one, I think we want to kind of highlight the view. So I'm going to zoom up and to the left. And again, just a driveway, but you still want to add motion to the picture. Otherwise, it's just going to feel like you're looking at pictures. This is a great shot of the view. Let's go. Just zoom in. Okay. And then your calling card, you probably want that to display for more than 3 seconds. So we're going to make this one 5. You can change the length of your photos or your videos here as well. On the videos, I think that only works for photos actually. I think if you click on it on the video, yeah, it's going to open it up and allow you to trim it from here. I think that one should be fine though. Okay, so we've added motion. Let's take a look at what your video looks like now. You can see it feels a lot more engaging. Kind of keeps your attention a little bit better, allows you a little bit of time to kind of look at the property, but not enough to where you're getting bored. Because again, you don't really want it to do these videos longer than, I would say, 1 minute. I mean, we're at 40 seconds, and I feel like if you go too much longer, you're really gonna lose people's attention. And then your calling card here at the end. So it looks a lot better, a lot more professional, but still kind of boring, right? So we're gonna add some background music to it. And I don't know if you guys can hear my computer audio when I play these. Some of them are really dorky. Others are good. Whoa, I don't know. Can you guys hear that?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Okay. So pick your music, and then you're gonna sync it sync your video to the music's beat. This is like pro tip. It's amazing. It's gonna add that like finishing touch to it. So you're gonna do that, click done, and then it's gonna think for a minute and it's gonna rearrange. You'll notice down here, the time on our videos has changed. Now, if you have an actual video clip and you have text on it, it's not gonna change the time much, if at all. It will adjust everything else though. So now that it has video, or I'm sorry, audio, let's take a look at it now. And I apologize if this is really loud, you guys. Kind of the final touch, it really adds a lot when everything is synced to the music. So that actually, and because we synced it to the music, it actually brought the time down to just under 30 seconds. So I feel like this is a really good ad that you could throw out there on Facebook. You can see it took, well, we've only been on this call for 30 minutes. So for me to walk you through it, and everything, you can do this easily in 30 minutes or less. Any questions?
I have a question. I've been plugging one together while we're going here.
Awesome.
Remember, I need small words. How do I save this?
Okay, so that was the next thing I wanted to cover. So
Okay.
in the top right-hand corner, you're gonna click on Finish Video. And this is gonna export it as, I'll leave it on high. It's gonna be, that's adjusting the quality. So make sure you leave it on high. It's gonna export it into a video file. I'm just gonna save it. I would recommend, honestly, saving it to the file that you used, like for your media as you were gathering it. You'll export it, and then you can just from there upload it to any of your social media. You can share it on Facebook, you can put them on Instagram. I think with Instagram, they have to be under 30 seconds to be shareable. You can email it. You can actually even insert them into your website. So if you created a cool like promo video, like agent promo video, like I did for, I think it was this one, yeah, a fake commercial. You could actually put that on your website and have it like auto play from there. So there's a ton of stuff you can do with this.
Brittany, it's Lynette. On that video, when you put the music to it, it just blipped right over the end call to action. How can you extend that so it sits there a little bit longer?
So that's actually really easy. What you would do, so you want to extend this one a little longer?
Yeah, because when you were playing the video, it just jumped right over it.
Yep. So all you have to do is click on the time down here, and this is the duration that it's going to play. You can extend it to 7 seconds. You can do it for 15 seconds, however long you want that particular card to play. You can change it there. Keep in mind, if you're doing that, it may, because it's the very last card, it's not going to make a difference. But if we were editing, like say this one here, it may, it will mess up the audio sync. So the rest of your pictures are not going to sync exactly to the music. But if you're messing with the very last card, your calling card, then yeah, you can make that as long as you want, and it's not going to affect the audio.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And if you do want to mess with how long like one of these are, all you'll have to do is go back, change, extend them however long you want, go back into the background music here, and then you're just gonna pick something else, resync it, and then go back and pick the original music that you wanted and resync it again. And that should fix it. It's a little workaround. Any other questions?
Brittany, this has been awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes.
I am super excited to see what you guys put together.
I am tickled with this. This is super cool, but I'm so far down on this level that even stuff like figuring out how to get it from my laptop into my phone so I could put something on Instagram, it confuses me.
Okay.
It's that level of lunacy. And I was talking last night with Robin about doing a YouTube channel for our business. And I don't even, I mean, there are so many questions on stuff like this. This is fabulous. And I'm very, very proud of myself with what I just put together here while you guys were talking and everything.
Awesome.
I'm loving how simple this is. I just need to figure out what to do with it.
So the easiest way to get it onto your phone, put it in a Google Drive, and then you can access it from anywhere you have your phone. You can email it from there. Honestly, I emailed myself the video the other day, and so I put a copy in the Google Drive, and then I sent myself an email because I was trying to show my mom my fancy video. And by the time the one had uploaded to Google Drive, my email was still sending. So it was actually way quicker to use Google Drive to share the video.
Cool.
Yeah.
This has really been great, Brittany. Maybe our next class should be how to set up our own YouTube account.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And I'm super excited to see what you guys do with this. There's so many possibilities. You know, I mean, you could really get creative. And I'll send out the PowerPoint that I put together, and I'm going to give you guys links to the website I use for free videos and free photos. I'm going to give you a link to an article that has like 100 different videos that realtors can make. And that might be helpful for some ideas for you guys as well.
Amazing.
Awesome. Well, this went a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. I did record the entire thing, and I did put it on Facebook Live as well. So if you guys need some like one-on-one, or you want to do another class on some more advanced, editing, then just let me know. I would be more than happy to help you guys with that. So
Can we set up an advanced editing class for next week so that we can play around with this and then get some more tips?
yeah, I think that's a wonderful idea. We can probably do it same time next week, Wednesday at 10.
That works great.
Cool.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Great. It was nice to see you guys.
Thank you, Brittany.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you, Brittany.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.